I'm Virginia, 26. Standing here outside the courthouse. The sun warms my back, but it can't fully dispel the chill that's haunted me since Uncle Henry's passing. The victory in the courtroom still feels surreal, like a dream I'm afraid to wake up from. The inheritance is secure, the business is safe, and most importantly, the truth about family has been laid bare for all to see. 6 months ago, I was a mess. Uncle Henry, a self-made man who built a successful furniture business, Henry's Home Furnishings, passed away suddenly. I was sitting in Mr. Thompson's law office, dressed in a black morning dress that scratched against my skin, a constant reminder of my loss. Mr. Thompson, with his graying hair and wire-rimmed glasses, informed me that I was the sole beneficiary of Uncle Henry's estate. It included a large sum of liquid assets, a majority stake in the business worth millions, and his beautiful craftsman-style mansion. Just as I was trying to come to terms with this overwhelming news, the door of the conference room burst open. My parents, Richard and Linda, walked in. It had been 16 years since they'd abandoned me. I was only 10 when I found a note on the kitchen counter saying Uncle Henry would take care of me. They left without a goodbye, without any explanation. Seeing them again, my hands started to shake uncontrollably. Richard, with his once dark hair now streaked with gray, and Linda, her face lined with age, pretended to be concerned. "We're so sorry for your loss, honey," Richard said, but his words felt like a slap in the face. I was filled with a mix of anger and shock. I asked them what they wanted, and Richard's fake smile told me everything I needed to know. They'd done their research and knew the value of Uncle Henry's estate. They claimed they were just here to pay their respects and reconnect, but I could see through their lies. Over the next few days, they showed up at Uncle Henry's house. They sat at the kitchen table, looking around with greedy eyes. Richard placed a leather portfolio on the table, revealing detailed financial analyses of the inheritance. It was then that I realized they'd sold me to Uncle Henry for a sum of money years ago. I found the court documents that proved they'd signed away their parental rights in exchange for cash. Uncle Henry, bless his soul, had seen this coming. He'd documented every attempt they'd made to contact him over the years, asking for money. There were audio recordings of Richard threatening Uncle Henry, saying he'd cause trouble for the business if Uncle Henry didn't help him. There was also a restraining order from a few years ago protecting Uncle Henry from their harassment. As they threatened to contest the will, I knew I had to fight back. I decided to meet them in public at the main showroom of Henry's Home Furnishings. When they walked in, I stood my ground. I showed them the evidence of their past actions, and in front of witnesses, I told them they had no legal claim to what Uncle Henry had left me. But they didn't give up easily. They hired an attorney, Mr. Black, who was well known for his aggressive tactics. They launched a PR campaign trying to undermine my ability to manage the business. They went to the media, claiming they were concerned about a grieving daughter making hasty decisions. With the help of Mr. Thompson, my housekeeper Mrs. Jenkins, and the loyal employees of the business, we prepared for the court battle. We gathered financial records, witness statements, and medical evaluations proving Uncle Henry's mental clarity when he made me his heir. Just when we thought we had enough time to prepare, they managed to move up the court hearing. We worked through the night, gathering all the critical documents. In the courtroom, Mr. Black presented their case, claiming that I'd exerted undue influence on Uncle Henry. But Mr. Thompson countered with the evidence we'd collected. Mrs. Jenkins testified about Uncle Henry's mental state in his final months, and several store managers spoke about his pride in my business abilities. After all the testimony, the judge made a decision. The request for injunctive relief was denied. The petitioners, my parents, had triggered the no contest clause in the will and forfeited any potential claim. The judge also ordered them to pay all the legal costs and issued a restraining order against them. As we walked out of the courthouse, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. Uncle Henry had prepared me for this battle, even if I didn't know it at the time. He'd shown me that true family isn't about blood, but about loyalty, love, and sacrifice. Now, 6 months later, Henry's Home Furnishings is thriving. We're opening a new location soon. The Henry Foundation, which I established to support those who've suffered family betrayal, has already helped several people. I've learned that when people show you who they are, believe them, and choose to surround yourself with those who share your values,